What is up, dwellers, and welcome to episode 54 of We Hope This Finds You Well with Rob, Chuck, that's me, and Jimmy. Hello, Rob.
What's up, dude?
Hello, Jimmy.
What's up? What's up?
We've been gone for a while. Today is
It's July 26th.
July 26th of the Lord's year 2024. Our last episode that we released, at least, was last November. And we felt like we should podcast again.
It's been a little bit.
We've taken a hiatus. I mean, it's not like we haven't been hanging out. We've been doing a ton of shit together.
Kind of hanging.
Shows.
Doing stuff.
Me and Rob jamming a lot.
Lot of music in the basement, which is fantastic.
Laying down some beats.
Jamming and cramming.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's been quite some time.
But we back.
We're back.
I want to say at the Smokeoff, Ian sharply pulled me aside and asked me why the fuck we weren't podcasting.
Oh, did he?
He's right. He's
Yeah,
absolutely right to ask that.
Put a little bug in my ear. So you can all thank Ian for getting us.
Thanks,
back,
Ian.
Thanks,
You
bud.
know, give a little bit of motivation because apparently we're missed by at least one person.
Love
Yeah.
mix sauce.
It's
Go check 'em
crazy. I mean, to think of all the things that have happened since the last time we podcasted, we had another Smoke-Off, which went off without a hitch again.
Great time.
Great
Best
time.
day of the year.
It is
out.
every
Fun
year.
times. So much good food.
So much good food. It gets a little bit better every single year. And
Definitely.
That's
More
the cool
organized,
thing
too.
about it.
You guys really had it hammered out this year.
A little bit more
Yeah,
organized.
it
this year.
felt good. Jimmy's MC skills for the first time in the 4-year history were on point.
What do
Don't
you
give me
mean
that look.
first? What do you mean for the
You've
first
been a
time?
shit
Yeah.
MC, and you need to
Oh
admit
my
to
god,
it.
a shit MC.
That's a little much.
What do you have to say, Charlie? A little much?
I think I've been entertaining every year. It's just, what's your definition of entertainment?
You kind of been doing like what I imagine like an Amish funeral sounds like the past few years. Before this year, you were really good though. You killed it.
I stepped it up.
Very good, very good. We're gonna get you a bullhorn next year, right?
I need a bullhorn.
Oh, dude, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
You can do like the sound to get everyone.
I want to put heart stickers all over it. So
Oh
it can
my
look like
god.
Jimmy Hart. You know?
Fuck, dude. That
Yes,
rules.
yes.
You should definitely do
And
that.
I think it would be awesome. I want to, a Jimmy Hart.
We're getting on
throwback.
Amazon after this. We got to get that.
I actually looked it up while we were there, and they're not that expensive.
No?
Surprisingly cheap. You can get them on Amazon. They
Of course, you can get them on Amazon.
dozens of models. Surprisingly, I didn't know bullhorns.
Well, we'll have to get on
came
the
in such
YouTubes.
variety.
We'll have to get on the YouTubes and like find the best one.
Yeah,
You know, the best one for the buck. It'll give me something random to watch on YouTube.
absolutely.
No, you just want a good old fashioned bullhorn. You don't want a megaphone with like a amplifier. You want
Ooh, and
old fashioned bullhorn.
Absolutely.
do you want the one that has the detachable mouth part so you can like hold it up in the air and then you hold the
That's
little
more
mouthy
of like
thing?
I'm protesting. You know, I don't know if I want that one. I don't know if I need that one.
I
think
don't know
want
if
the
it-
old school. Jimmy Hart didn't have that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, that's a good point. But also, it does
Now,
kind of like command
Will
attention.
you also dress like Jimmy Hart? Because I think
gotta
he
get
could
at least
pull
a
that
jacket.
off.
At
Like
least a
some
jacket.
kind of like white suit going on.
I was thinking
all
maybe
bedazzled and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
or maybe
Maybe
like
some tassels
or some
Definitely
glasses.
some tassel. Oh,
Some
Yes,
sunglasses.
definitely
Dude,
some glasses.
that like that high top mullety kind of thing, all teased out. I don't know.
Yeah.
You could grow up betwing now and then. Just
So I was
saying,
thinking
commit.
about taking on more of a Jimmy Hart persona at these events.
I
Get you
like
some
the
glasses
sound
that-
of that.
I think it would be interesting.
You got to get a
You wa-
custom
you
made
wanna-
leather.
So you really want to go all in?
This is America, baby.
Dude, you need to get like
Amen.
a custom made like leather jacket with like a Smokeoff 2025 on the back of it.
Or not even the year, because I want to be able to wear it every year.
That's a valid point. Never mind.
Just get a new patch every year.
There you go.
A bald eagle like flying over some brisket or some shit.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. So Dom took home the trophy this year. So shout out to Dom and his amazing cooks.
Nice job, Dom.
It's always such a fun day. No matter who wins, it's just a blast, and we eat so much good food. And everybody
Desserts,
brought amazing
sides.
sides and desserts. The dessert winner was it Carly
Carly Saxon.
with the banana pudding?
Yes.
Oh,
Which
no
was
shit.
really good.
Congratulations
Congrats.
to Carly Saxon for holding
What
it
about
down.
the sides? Who won the sides?
Dom's Mom
even
won
yeah,
macaroni and
Dom's
cheese, I
mom
think.
won for macaroni and cheese. That's right.
Marianne
Yeah.
did kill it with the mac and cheese.
I fucked up my cornbread.
It was still delightful.
It was terrible.
No.
No, it was
Which
bad.
is such a
I don't
bummer
think I
because
even
you
submitted.
like you.
Whoever's cornbread that was fucking phenomenal.
Wasn't mine. I didn't even.
There
submit
was
mine.
there was a couple cornbreads there.
There was. So I'm actually kind of glad it didn't work out because I did make Halushki too. Didn't win, best side, but that's okay.
It was super good though.
It was a crowd pleaser, I think I came in probably second for the sides, possibly third. I don't want to toot my own horn, but
Well,
I
toot,
put
baby.
up some numbers.
Well, we know you. Whatever you're making, you're always putting your heart into
it
it,
is.
and that's what
it.
counts.
I fucking cooked all
I don't
goddamn
understand.
morning.
I don't understand. Like, you've been doing cornbread since we started. So
Yeah.
what did you do different to fuck this one up? Was it a different recipe?
Yeah, I tweak it every year a little bit, or I try a new recipe. And I
Did
tried a
you
new
not
recipe.
do a practice run like the week
Yeah,
prior? You
correct.
got to do a practice run.
I know that's my mistake. But what the fuck am I going to do with the practice run? I'll have like,
You eat a piece and then you give some to Carlos and throw the rest away.
yeah. I mean, that's a
This
lot
is
of
competition, bro.
cornbread.
You
Yeah,
know.
I know.
It is like corn and like meal and shit. It's not like you're like throwing away like.
Yeah, I'm gonna step it up. I'm gonna step it up next year. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to like reevaluate everything.
Oh, and Rob, you made a wonderful. Was it like a pico with your mom?
Oh, I think it was like cowboy caviar.
Yeah, cowboy caviar.
yeah,
that's
that shit
right.
was really good.
Yeah.
It worked out good. It's like salsa, but a little bit different.
Yeah, it's like and it's got like corn in it, and it's really good. I enjoy it a lot.
Yeah, I eat piles of that shit.
Yeah,
It's super good. Bunch of cilantro. If that's your thing.
So
I like a little bit of cilantro. I don't like it too heavy, but just a taste. I used to not like it at all because I don't remember where I was, but I got something that had with like 100% cilantro,
Oh,
and
yeah,
it
yeah.
really grossed me out. So I didn't eat it for a long time after that.
Sure,
but
sure.
I can take it in small doses.
I fucking love cilantro.
It's a
I can put
strong
it on
flavor.
anything. It is. It can be.
I feel bad for the folks that have like that, like different taste buds or whatever the fuck it
They
is.
think it tastes like soap.
Yeah, I'm like
Yeah.
bummer, dude. That it's
I've
fucking
heard
phenomenal.
I've heard multiple people tell me that, but I'm just like, I don't know.
I,
Man.
it
I don't
it
get
did is a little bit of a turnoff that the smell and taste of cilantro is the exact same almost profile as stink bugs.
I don't know.
Huh.
I never thought
It's
about
really
that.
close. It smells stink bugs smell like cilantro.
I might eat a stink bug. Who knows?
Our friends.
Yeah, is
have-
this good for cilantro or bad for cilantro or good for stink bugs?
Yeah.
I'm not
You know,
sure.
which way we lean into
I'm not
it.
sure. I'm just saying that's what I think they smell like.
Well, in the future, we're gonna all be eating bugs anyway, right?
Yeah, it is what it is.
So,
Protein,
probably. It's all
fiber, you know.
There is something I wanted to bring up. Four chord. How fun was four chord, Chuck?
I missed out.
Four chord was a blessing on earth.
It was amazing. So, to be honest with you, me and Chuck looked at it, and there were a ton of bands we didn't give a fuck about.
That's why I stayed home.
Yeah, I don't. Are we getting too old?
Yeah,
Are
probably.
we like?
No.
Are we not hip? Or were these bands? I guess a lot of these bands have been around, but they just weren't.
Super popular.
I'd venture to guess
tier
we're on
bands.
the angle of not like hip anymore, but
No, there's.
Yeah, I would
but
think
there's
that's
an
a thing,
audience for
probably.
it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's our.
yeah,
Well,
it's just
I
a
mean-
younger audience.
I know, like the main headliner for day one was A Day to Remember, and I know they have a huge following, but I don't like them.
I'm not a huge. I don't hate them, but they're
Yeah, I
not,
don't
like-
hate them, but I'm not gonna like go home and listen to them. You know what
and
I mean?
I probably wouldn't pay money to go see them if they were headlining.
Yeah, definitely not. But like if it comes on like a shuffle or something, I'll
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
let
Rock
it
it.
play through.
I'll rock it for sure.
Right. But I mean they're definitely like that band is like, you know, post our high school years.
Yeah, they're like that weird combination of
they're
Yeah,
like
they're like
the-
2007, 2008.
Yeah, like late
Yeah.
late 2000s into the 2010s.
Right, right.
they're like
like
that
their
combination
prime.
of like newfound glory and hardcore music.
And that's the time that I
They're like
kind of
easy
checked out
core
of
shit.
music. For
Yeah,
a
I
little bit.
I checked out that was around my time too.
Mm-hmm.
There was like a handful of bands that I always stuck with, of course.
Yeah,
But like there was like and I'm sure there was some good stuff I missed, but there was definitely like a
Definitely.
blank period for me.
right, right.
There was like a handful of bands that I paid attention to from
And then
that era.
I think and then the main headliner on day 2 when we went was All American Rejects, which I like, and they're definitely from our time period. But
I already saw them, and I'm not like a huge fan. They're okay.
yeah, I mean, I like their songs when they come on the radio. They're poppy and catchy, but like
Sure,
again, it's not a band I'm gonna pay to see.
definitely.
But we went specifically for the Get Up Kids.
100%. We paid like over $100.
Like that was
just to see
well
the
worth
Get Up
it though in the long run.
In the long run, absolutely worth it.
So, as if you listen to this show, if you know us in real life, you know we all love the Get Up Kids.
Oh,
like that's one thing all three of us can agree on.
100%.
But when we looked at the who was playing the show, which Four Chord, by the way, is a local Pittsburgh pop punk music festival over a 2-day period. This was the 10th year, I believe.
Oh,
This
wow.
was the 10th year, and it was interesting because this year they held it at the Cary Furnace,
So cool.
which was the first time I've seen a venue that show at this venue, and you just have the old Cary
Besides
Furnace in
Mark
your background.
Wahlberg.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Because it was in the movie fucking Rockstar. And I pointed that out.
Yeah, I was
sometimes.
I was a
Several
little skeptical at first, as I am with everything, I think, because last year and I think for the past couple years it was at the Washington Wild Things ballpark, which is where we went last year, and that
was awesome.
That was a super cool venue.
It was a cool venue, but I gotta be honest with you, I wasn't completely sold on it. It felt like, I don't know. The setup was a little bit weird. The concessions were weird. I got a hot dog there, and it was the worst hot dog I've ever had in my entire life. And you're a ballpark. If you're selling bad dogs there, something's up. You're suspect.
Ballpark dog. I mean, that's why ballpark Franks are called ballpark Franks.
Right,
That's what it's
right.
supposed to be.
I mean, this thing was like
that's where you go
inedible.
for a good dog.
Yeah. And I got one there. I was like,
And
what
it was
is
from
this?
the venue concession stand.
It
so
was.
that was
That
their
was their
ballpark
shit.
hot dog.
Right.
That's a valid point.
That's some minor league fucking hot dogs right there. That's some bullshit.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's that AAA shit.
Yeah, that's that
It was
AAA hot
bad.
dogs.
I mean, it's like, dude, I get a fucking better hot dog at a fucking
Sheetz.
local public golf course.
You can get better hot dogs at Sheetz.
Yeah, give me two for
At
$1.
Sheetz, absolutely. It was like, what is this? So that was disappointing. So, sorry, we're getting on a tangent.
No,
I'm
that's
getting on a
fine
tangent
because,
here.
like I was saying, I was a little skeptical about the venue just because I had
And
never
it's a little
been
further
there.
out there.
Yeah.
It
And
takes
for
us
those
about
who are
an hour.
local, it's pretty much across the river from the waterfront. And it's an old steel mill, a furnace that hasn't been in operation. I think we did some Google on it when we were in the car.
Googled the shit out of this.
So it operated for over 100 years. It started in the
Dope.
late 1800s and stopped operating in the 1980s or something.
I think it was the 1970s.
Yeah, and it was
wow.
Maybe early 80s, actually.
but yeah, it ran strong for about 100 years, and it's been abandoned ever since. And I don't know what else they use it for. I guess people. I noticed people do a lot of like photography shoots there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
and stuff like
They
that.
film movies there.
Out of the furnace.
Out of the furnace. Yeah.
Christian Bale.
Yeah, that was filmed there. Rockstar, a scene in that was filmed there. So yeah, it's just like a filming location now. That's basically what's going to be. But really cool backdrop when you're watching a fucking cool show.
That's awesome.
When you have steel coursing through your veins.
Yeah,
When you've
absolutely.
got
I
that
mean,
steel going through your veins.
Absolutely, dude. It was
And
amazing.
you're watching all these bands that you like with this old abandoned furnace in the background.
I was about to join the fucking Homestead strike, dude.
So anyway, to focus in on our day there, as I said, we went to see the Get Up Kids, and also what's the band called? Motion City Soundtrack.
Yeah, that's what I like. I'm a big fan of
which
them.
Jimmy was excited to see. At the time, I was not excited to see, but
We'll get into that.
in the end, it was good. So anyway, we got there. We kind of hung out in the parking lot a little bit. Did a little tailgate drinking.
We did. We actually stayed there for quite some time.
couple hours, I'd say. Yeah, because we didn't know any of the openers, the earlier bands, like not even a little bit. Like
Right. So
bands
we
we
just-
never heard of. And yeah, like you should go see the openers.
sure,
but
for
we're
sure.
old and we don't want to stand for
Hours
8 hours
now.
straight.
Our knees will hurt, and it's a whole
My
thing.
back's gonna.
I gotta go to work tomorrow.
So we hung out in Jimmy's car and just drank a couple beers and
And it started raining a little
bullshitted
bit,
and
so it was smart that we kind of hung out.
we're very smart people.
Yeah.
Can that concert or that festival ever not get bad fucking weather?
Apparently
I mean,
not.
what the shit, man?
I feel like every
Yeah.
year there's So let's get into that.
Yeah, let's get into that.
So after I think we crushed like a 12-pack basically, or damn near it.
Yeah, I'd say so.
You actually had a couple before I even picked you up. So.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Chuck was a little too.
A little saucy.
We were both feeling good. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
so we
you
get inside. We
got
see
to prime your system to socialize.
That's
true.
I do at least. I don't know.
We see the first. There was like 2 bands that were going to play before the Get Up Kids, and we kind of hung out and watched them. One of them was this hot little punk chick. What was her name? Taylor. Something?
Taylor Acorn.
Taylor Acorn.
Yeah,
She was awesome. And who else did we see?
I honestly don't know
I don't remember either. That's the beer.
because it was her, and then there was another band on the other
Yeah.
stage, and then the Get Up Kids came on that same stage that she was on.
Yeah, so basically while the other band was playing, we hopped right in front of the line where the Get Up Kids were going to play. Genius move. Everyone zigs, we zag. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yes.
But what ended up happening is other band plays, Get Up Kids are setting up. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, the fucking storm of the century
Sky opens up.
comes rolling through, and we're again front of the fucking stage, and it came down like it was a goddamn hurricane.
Yeah, and to reference what Rob was saying about the bad weather, last year there was a tornado that actually came through.
Yeah.
And I guess it touched down somewhere near the venue where it was last year, and they actually had to evacuate the venue, and they had to cancel like a handful of bands, and they ended up like Taking Back Sunday was the headliner, and they ended up coming back out like super late and played like a half of an acoustic set basically. And yeah, so the weather.
It's
weather,
an issue.
weather.
Yeah, has been an issue in the past and was again this year. So, somebody comes on the loudspeaker and they're like, seek shelter in this like old steel mill right next to us. And
Yeah, that should be safe.
we're like, yeah, all right, buddy.
Yeah, and it was. I guess there was a lightning strike in the area.
Yeah, there was a
within
lightning strike.
Within so many miles, and they had to clear the front of the stage within however many feet. I guess.
Yeah. Within like 20 feet. So they're like, everybody seek shelter. Go to this building. So me and Chuck started to
We
walk.
start walking that way with the crowd.
And then it kind of like dawned on me. I'm like, what the fuck are we doing? Fuck
These
these
motherfuckers
people.
are all zigging.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey Chuck, we're gonna zag,"
That's exactly what I said. I said, motherfucker, we're zagging. So
and it's pouring
Yeah.
rain,
me and
torrential downpour.
And I just had my head in the sky. I'm like, fuck it. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
At
You're
this
already
point-
in it. You're
at
not
this
getting
point,
it dry.
You're wet.
Yeah,
Right.
it is what it is.
You're wet for the rest of the day till you get home.
So it worked out perfectly. It's like within 3 minutes or so, maybe 5.
Yeah. You said, "Hey, they're zigging, we're zagging." So we zagged, and we started walking back towards the stage. And like as soon as we got over there, they were like, "All right, you guys can come back up now." So it worked out. We got back up towards the front where we wanted to be.
And the Get Up Kids played. It was fucking phenomenal.
So the weather cleared for the entire set. So they played Something to Write Home About from front to back.
Damn it! I regret so much.
And
not
it
going.
was perfect.
yeah, they nailed
And
it.
I'm not trying to rub it in, Rob, but
No,
I
rub
do
it
want
in.
you to know how
It's
good
deserved.
it was. So the weather cleared. It stopped raining right before the set started. They played this album, which is they had a 45-minute set. It's a 45-minute album, so it worked out perfectly. And as soon as they got into the last track, which is a ballad called "I'll Catch You," it just started pouring raining. And this is the most emo fucking song of them all.
Ever.
Like,
Yeah.
it was incredible. As Jimmy described it in the moment, it was like a religious experience.
It was.
Like,
And that's coming from me.
standing there in the pouring rain with them doing this sad, slow song. And it was just, it couldn't have been more perfect.
That's fucking wonderful.
It was awesome.
Like, it's the kind of shit that just gives you full body chills.
That's why we go to the shows.
Yeah.
That's
it was absolutely incredible.
And then, after that, did Motion City play right after them?
I think they were right after them, yeah.
So it was perfect. We hit Motion City. They crushed it. Good set. They played about, what, half hour, 45 minutes?
Yeah, it was for 45 minutes.
About 45-minute set.
Yeah,
And
and
we
I
kinda
was
bounced after that.
Yeah, and I was excited that we watched that because I never really listened to them a lot, but they put on a really good show and they were a lot of fun to watch. Like their lead singer, their lead singer has a lot of charisma, excellent frontman for a band.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
is.
I know they're like bangers, and they definitely have like high energy. So I would imagine seeing them live would be awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and so I went back like over the next couple weeks and listened to some of their albums. It's some good stuff, some
Awesome.
catchy shit. And like I was telling you guys, there's a lot of synth in there, so it's like,
Yeah, that rules.
like how did I miss this? Because this is my shit.
It was shocking to me that you weren't a bigger fan earlier.
Yeah, well, that's some things you just don't catch in the time.
Hit your blind
Yeah,
spot.
it's the blind spot. It was the same with Trio for me.
I don't know what that is. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
a blind
true.
spot for me too.
Alkaline Trio, bud.
Oh, well,
I just abbreviated it.
I was like, what? Missed that. My bad.
Woo!
Yeah.
So what else we got going on? That was
So
Four Chord.
actually, we started watching the opening ceremony of the Olympics
This
today.
shit has been exciting, bro.
It has been a fire opening ceremony. If I must say
Bravo,
so.
France, dude.
Yeah, Paris is fucking nailing it right now.
Killing it, dude.
So
They've got like Ninja Gaiden going on
they
here.
got Ninja Gaiden or Assassin's Creed
Or
just running
Assassin's
around.
Creed.
We don't know who he is.
Not sure.
This is like the Masked Singer.
Yeah, what
assassin
was
style.
his? What was they showed his name earlier? It was like Synthetico or something.
Oh Jesus.
Is this some kind of like weird Euro shit? I don't get it.
Is that him?
I don't know.
So
I think-
it's on in the background in the room with us right now, and currently there is a
Very
person
shiny person.
with very shiny clothing on, carrying the Olympic flag in on this like catwalk that's like fucking 300 feet long.
Guys, France is weird as fuck.
Bro,
so weird.
I
so
never
there was-
noticed. I think I had an inkling, but like they're really showing themselves now.
Oh, it's totally weird.
They,
I love it, but it's weird.
They had a person doing parkour carrying that flag for a hot minute. It might have been the same person. Riding on a horse on the river. It was like a skeletonized horse on the river. It was the crazy. It just was on there a couple minutes ago. Your back was to it. It was gnarly.
And then, so we were watching earlier, and they had like a depiction of Marie Antoinette
Bro.
holding her own head, and like it was
was-
all bloody, and like there was like stuff coming out of her neck.
It was the best.
Like this
was
is the
fucking
world
awesome.
stage, and they're just going for straight up horror.
It was amazing. And,
And-
then after
and
that,
then
this fucking metal band comes on and just starts shredding
out of nowhere.
shredding.
they go
It was
they
insane.
went from Les Mis to straight up metal, and the band was we did some Google research. The band was Gojira.
Bro, all of a sudden it looked like a fucking Rammstein concert or some shit going on at the Olympics. Like there was fire and shit.
like
and
crazy double
blood.
bass, blood everywhere.
That band fucking rules, and they're from France. So can that get any goddamn cooler ever? Oh, we opened the Olympics, so
Yeah.
there's that.
I'm definitely putting them on this week.
At some
Yeah,
point, I definitely
yeah.
am too.
That was, and then they shot fucking red ribbons that looked like blood out, into the sky and shit. It was
this is
so,
cool.
This is the
fucking
Olympics,
cool, dude.
guys.
And
And
earlier,
they're just like, we're gonna show what we're made of.
Yeah,
Earlier
Blood and
today,
guts and metal.
earlier today there was a French rapper on there. That was pretty cool. Snoop Dogg carried the torch.
yeah.
Like
Nope, represent.
Snoop, dude.
fucking Gaga sang a song earlier, totally in French.
Seems like it's been raining there all day.
Yeah, it hasn't
But,
been the
I
best
mean,
day.
That's probably nice over there because France in the summer, woo, that shit gets hot.
They
So
said
it's
it-
probably cooling it down a little bit.
Earlier they
rain
said-
happens.
Earlier it said it was like 70 and rainy.
That's good. That's good.
that's
But
not
yeah,
a
it was
bad
cool
day.
because like all the this is a pretty unique opening ceremony from the ones I've seen. Like I was telling you guys earlier off mic here. It's like usually it's in like a big arena,
Yeah, it's in
like
a
a soccer
stadium.
stadium or something like that.
it's kind of boring.
This
It's
is
always
all
the
like-
same shit.
Like in the middle of the city, like
It's really highlighting the city is what they're doing.
yeah,
They're
big
highlighting
time.
Paris.
And like all the athletes are coming in on these boats down the river. Like,
It's really
each,
sick.
Each country has their own boat, or if they're smaller countries, they share a boat. But it's really cool to see.
And of course, Uncle Sam, we got our own fucking boat. We got
Packed to the brim
Dude,
of
It was
it's
like,
a
United
Cadillac of boats.
States born and bred athletes.
it was like almost 600 fucking people on that boat. Shit was insane.
It would have been cool if it would have been like a paddle boat. You know what I mean?
Like a
the
river
old-
gambling boat
yeah,
and shit.
Yeah, that would have been fucking cool.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like an old Gateway Clipper.
Like a Gateway Clipper.
But I love watching the opening ceremonies and shit because there's so many countries that my ignorant ass just doesn't know. And so I'm hot on the Googles the whole time. Like, where the fuck is that even at?
Yeah.
And I knew the Olympics were coming up, but I wasn't like, for some reason, I wasn't super stoked about it. Or, you know, typically I am. But now I think this is doing it for me. I'm into the Olympics right
Yeah,
now.
dude, let's get into it.
I'm in Olympics mode.
I'm an Olympic opening ceremonies guy. I fucking love the opening ceremony.
I
Shit's
like.
dope
Well,
as
let's
fuck.
get into the categories.
Yeah, for sure.
What's I want to know what your favorite categories are. So first of all, archery. That's badass.
Yeah, super badass.
I mean, archery's cool, but is it fun to watch?
It's really impressive.
Yeah, I think it would
like
be
highly
very
impressive.
Are you going to go through the list, or
No,
are we
you
just
guys
saying things?
Why don't you just fucking?
I'm a big fan of the track and field events.
I do really enjoy
I
track
love
and field.
watching people run, and I like watching them jump.
and throw heavy things.
And throw things.
shot
Yeah.
put, the fucking javelin.
I think it's really cool. Pole vault.
It's not even really like I like particular like zone in on like one sport even. Like I just love watching whatever
Yeah.
is on when I'm able to watch it. I
Right.
get super excited about
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Diving. I like diving.
Diving's a lot of fucking
diving's
fun to
the
watch.
diving's
I
cool.
don't like watching swimming races. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's cool that I understand these people are like beautifully talented.
Oh yeah.
But I know what you mean. It's just like
That
people
was
swimming.
I don't know if
fast.
that was a good adjective.
No, I you know I seconded it. I liked it.
And I get it. Like they're like breaking world records every year.
every 4 years.
But like, I think the swim races are kind of boring.
Well, I mean, there's some
agree.
stuff like the fast walking, and
The
know,
fast
there's some
walk.
shit I just can't get behind. But I'm glad it's there. You know.
So for the first time ever this year, breakdancing, which is formerly known as breaking.
I just looked
is
at that.
an Olympic event in the 2024 Olympics.
Which is fucking amazing. So I'm sure that's going to be a hot one.
Yeah, Jenny and I are very excited for it.
It's going to be so cool.
She read like an article in Time magazine about it, and then she like borrowed a book from the library about breaking. So I don't know if she's gonna actually stop breaking, but she has
She's
like
going to start competing.
she
I was
has,
going to say,
like-
bro, what if she steps up?
She's looking for 2028.
She was
dude.
like,
Are you going to get served?
she was researching like the terminology, and like it's very intricate, like the things they do and that they're judged on, and like there's like even moves you do like on the side as your opponent's breaking.
yeah, like, fuck you, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you, man.
There's like hand gestures that
Hand
you
gestures.
can do.
You guys got to watch Breaking and Breaking to Electric Boogaloo.
Of course.
They're
Never seen that, sir?
they're 1980s like low budget
You need to
breakdancing
go
movies. They're
home
fantastic.
and watch Breaking to Electric Boogaloo. As
Fucking
soon as
Ozone in the house, baby. What's up?
I've heard of this.
It's
Was this
amazing.
referenced on a movie or something?
It's been-
recently on, not recently, but on Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay, maybe that's where I heard it.
But yeah, it's low budget, but it's pretty awesome.
Dude, it is sick. Turbo and Ozone.
Yeah,
My
It's
son-
Turbo and Turbo, dude?
baby. Ozone.
Oh, the original OG Turbo.
OG
dude.
Turbo Dude.
Yeah.
That's who we're
OG
named
Turbo.
after?
His name
dude.
is literally Turbo, so that's all you got to say.
That's pretty sick.
But yeah, that's super fucking cool. That's gonna be amazing. It randomly pops up on YouTube, and I'll watch like people in like random countries in Asia breakdance,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh my god, they're defying gravity and like physics and all this
Right.
shit at the same time.
I just-
how are you doing?
I just think it's cool. And I know breaking's obviously been around since probably the 70s and gained popularity in the 80s especially.
for sure.
But like, I think it's cool how the Olympics does incorporate, more modern. They don't always stick with the old. Like
Yeah.
obviously the track and field is always going to be like a main.
Are they doing like
event.
esports in the Olympics now or anything like that?
Not that I know of.
Probably not yet, but I bet that.
I don't
gets
think
there.
we're there yet. But give it another 10, 20 years maybe.
Yeah, seriously. Which is
And
weird, but,
gymnastics is always fun to watch too.
Dude,
Gymnastics
gymnastics
is
is
cool.
really cool. It's so impressive.
My all-time favorite is probably, and this is going to sound weird, but volleyball. Men's, women's, beach, court.
Dude,
I don't
it's so
care. I
exciting.
love it
It's
all.
Volleyball
so
is awesome.
exciting.
Yeah,
It's so fun to watch.
beach volleyball is a blast to watch.
It is. It
Have you
is.
ever played volleyball on a beach? I don't know how those
It's-
people do it, dude.
Dude,
You
I
sink
crush it.
immediately into the sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time I go to
Yeah.
jump, I have a vertical leap of a cow already, and then I try to play beach volleyball, and I'm
it's
like, this is not for
it's
me,
a
dude.
completely different sport than like court volleyball.
Yeah,
Well, especially because it's 2-on-2 versus 6-on-6.
Yeah.
And then the terrain is obviously a big difference.
And that's why I like both of them, because they're both like different sports almost.
Yeah, for sure.
So interesting.
Big sports guys.
Yeah, sports balls.
Sports balls.
This is a sports podcast.
It's
now.
a sports.
Sports.
We love sports.
Steelers started training camp
coming up.
yesterday.
Dude, so my boss has season tickets for the Steelers, and they give you like these like extra things that you can, tack on to your package or whatever. And one of them, he gets like this VIP visits at the Steelers training camp. So he's going to be able to like go to like autograph signing,
Oh, that's cool as
meet and
shit.
greet.
do the meet and greets and all that shit.
That's badass.
He's going, I think, this weekend. So that's pretty badass.
I think, well, yeah, I mean, we definitely haven't talked about this since the last pod, but the Steelers had such an amazing offseason. They were more active than they've ever been. They made so many
2 new quarterbacks.
They made so many moves, which is to shake things up like that is
Feels
unheard
good.
of.
It's refreshing.
Unheard of for the Steelers, but obviously Kenny Pickett wasn't working out, and I wish him all the luck being the
Jalen
back,
Hurts backup.
yeah, being
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts backup.
Good luck, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna do better there, buddy. When one of the best quarterbacks behind one of the best quarterbacks in the world, who's still young, by the way.
Right. Although they did say he
Which-
was doing good there. But you're right. I mean, he's going to be stuck behind Jalen Hurts unless something bad happens. to
So,
Jalen
like,
Hurts.
I don't understand, because whenever we picked up Russell Wilson, it was Kenny's decision to want to leave the Steelers because he was going to play behind Russell Wilson.
Right.
Russell Wilson's going to retire within 3 years. Whatever contract we give him, I'm sure it's going to be his last, whether it has an extension or not.
Sure.
Like, he's getting up
He's
there.
on borrowed time.
Yeah, he's on borrowed time. Good quarterback, a veteran quarterback. I think Kenny could have learned a lot from him. So instead of, what doesn't make sense to me is you were gonna play behind somebody who is going to retire within a certain parameter of time, and now you're the backup for somebody who's not going to retire for at least another 10 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
Make that make sense.
Yeah, you had the opportunity to sit behind a
He's
veteran
going to
and
be
learn a bunch
some
of shit.
people are
And
just-
that was,
take the
I
front
think
seat
that's,
eventually.
I think that was one of the bad parts about picking up Kenny Pickett is that he didn't get to play behind that veteran like Ben Roethlisberger because we waited too long to get somebody.
Yeah.
Like they should have had somebody in there for 2-3 years
sure. Yeah.
to be learning behind Ben. But they waited till Ben was gone to get somebody.
With absolutely no depth in the chart whatsoever.
at all.
Yeah.
You're fucking Mason Rudolph.
Sorry, Mason.
Yeah, that was a dig, but
I mean, he did
is what
all
it
right,
is.
but he's not the guy that's going to win you a playoff game.
No.
He
He did. I mean, Mason did his job when he had to. He helped us out in time of need.
Definitely.
But
And
yeah,
he's had
he's
some good games.
He's not a number one.
No, he's not. Not to knock him, but it is what it is.
Solid backup though. He's solid backup.
Solid fucking backup. I can't wait though. Steelers season is coming up quickly.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a fun season with all the changes. We have a new offensive coordinator in Arthur Smith. So I think we're going to see a lot of different. I think Najee is going to get a workout this year,
think
which
so,
is
too.
awesome. Because I know I talked a lot of shit on Najee last year, and then you sent me some stats, and I was like,
He started blowing it up last year.
yeah.
Yeah, he did well. But I wasn't high on him either. I was really disappointed a couple years ago when he wasn't performing.
Well, I think like having that 1-2 punch.
you need it. They need it. That was working out very
Like-
well for them.
Yeah, because you got Najee's your big back who can break through, get the short yardage downs, and then
He seems to run a lot more with a lot more power.
Yeah,
when you
definitely
when
more
you
of a
use
power
him
back.
limited, in a more limited basis.
well, and plus with the 1-2 punch, which is kind of like
And Warren does the same thing.
It's a relatively newer thing. Having a lot of teams don't have that lead running back like it used to. A lot of it's a 50-50 split.
Sure.
And it's going to extend their careers too.
Absolutely.
So I think it's going to work out for everybody.
I think so too. So
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited.
We're pumped for the Steelers,
I'm
man.
pumped
We
for the
love the
Steelers.
Steelers. This is
Dude.
fucking Pittsburgh, guys.
I'm pumped for
Go.
Olympics.
I didn't know we were going to get into sports talk.
sports balls.
Hey, we're
Dude,
we're
right
talking
now,
Olympics.
right now the Eiffel Tower is sparkling.
Yeah.
Paris rules.
Dude, when I was there, it does that every night. When I was there,
At the top of the hour or some shit like that. Right?
yeah, like 8:00 every night, something like that. The last time I was there, I was walking down the fucking Eiffel Tower when the lights started going off. Everybody started fucking cheering. It looked like they were cheering for me. So I just like raised my hands. I was like, "Fuck yeah! Thanks, Paris. Love you too." It was pretty awesome.
That's fantastic. Yeah,
Nice.
it's badass to see like all the shit in the background. You can see Notre Dame getting rebuilt in the
Yeah.
background. You can see the crane and shit.
It's a cool city, but you know, I mean, it's
They showed the catacombs at the beginning too, which was pretty fucking
catacombs are dope. Yeah,
Isn't that one horror movie
Mm-hmm.
based on those catacombs?
Yeah, for sure. It's
Is that-
on Netflix, I think. Still,
What's that movie called? Is that
the catacombs?
as above?
So below.
Is that or is that something else?
I'm not sure, to be honest.
Okay.
Did you, when you were in Paris, did you go in the catacombs?
I did not.
Were there monsters when you didn't go?
Yeah,
I
were
did
there
go to
monsters
the-
not when you were there.
I did go to the cemetery where Jim Morrison is buried.
That's dope, though.
Yeah,
That's
were
cool,
there
that's cool.
were there monsters?
Yeah, were there monsters though?
Probably.
Yeah.
There's monsters everywhere, Chuck.
So Jim Morrison's dead, right?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
So him and
Lemmy.
Lemmy.
Lemmy's still
Where's
dead.
where's Lemmy buried?
I don't know. I'm not sure where Lemmy's
Eventually, I
buried.
guess in LA somewhere.
Didn't we just lose
Where's Lemmy from? I feel like Lemmy's a Southern guy. Just by
Lemmy?
just by.
He's from England, bro.
dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, can we erase that part?
No, that's in there, baby.
That's in there.
He has a Southern state look to him, though.
Yeah, he wears like Confederacy hats and shit like that, and like World War II weird German shit. It was all weird.
He used to wear that stuff. Lemmy's dead.
Yeah. You son of a bitch.
Last thing I wanted to go over is we just watched an awesome Coheed video.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I forgot we were going to talk about that. That was
Dude.
that was really cool.
Dude.
I mean, for fuck's sake, what was it?
Well-
What was the?
It's Drumeo. They're a
Drumeo.
dude, it's basically it's like a hub for drums and like drum lessons and all the shit. But they have all these free videos that they give out on YouTube and shit. And this one in particular was Josh from Coheed and Cambria. And it basically, you know, when you go to a show, you can't fucking see the drummer ever. And this, they actually go through the songs and shit and have them go over
They have
his
like
parts.
different camera angles.
Oh my
too.
god, it's the coolest shit in the whole damn world. I eat that shit up like crazy.
I think my favorite view is like directly over top of him because you can see him hit everything.
In the bottom corner, they put the kick pedal.
That's
yeah,
cool too.
yeah. So yeah, I like when they do the top down plus the
It's
kick pedal on the
perfect.
bottom, so
It's
you can see
perfect.
everything.
And so on this in particular, like he's like a goofy drummer. He drums like Jimmy does. He's an open hand drummer, so he doesn't have to cross over, and he does all this little extra shit and throws so much extra like
Yeah,
texture on everything. He's so sick,
especially
dude.
on the hi hat, and that's one of the things that was like a theme of
Yeah.
this is like him just crushing on the hi hat of all things. You know?
That-
It just adds a little accent, like all and throughout all of their songs. It's a common theme, and
Well, yeah, and I noticed he's doing like a lot of these like all these like little double hits that like
oh yeah, little accents.
And then he'll do the where he'll do a fill and then he'll end on a cymbal, and that's all through their fucking music like crazy. But watching him, being able to actually see him do the shit was so much cooler.
I just wish I had a setup like his.
Yeah.
He has a China cymbal on his left side because he's left-handed. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I
You know,
am,
he
that's why.
doesn't say
He doesn't say. He doesn't say.
He just
if
says
he's
basically
left-handed.
when he was a little kid, that's what made sense to him. That's how he started
that's
playing.
probably safe to assume.
It seems like he's a left-handed. I'm just gonna say,
His
as a
person
left-handed guy,
his
he's,
personality seems left-handed.
he's
He's
giving
very
me, he's
left-handed.
giving off some left-handed vibes.
Sorry, Rob, you're outnumbered here. We're goofy
that
we're
is
goofy
true.
as fuck.
Yeah. Yes,
God
goofy
damn it.
dudes.
Two
This isn't normal.
Two southpaws coming at you.
Coming at you.
Bam.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun to watch. I had seen it.
And that's why he puts the majority of his set on his left side. if you
Yeah.
notice.
Yeah, the whole right side's kind of naked.
And that's what they talk about. He has his floor tom, one crash that he
crash.
hardly uses that
Yeah.
crash, if you've noticed.
yeah, floor tom, crash,
Crash,
and then the
ice
high
bell.
tom. Yeah, and then there's not yet the ice bell on top
yeah,
of
and
the
there's
crash.
like a splash.
Ice
and shit.
bell on top of the crash. And he does have a splash symbol
Yeah.
too.
But yeah, that's being able to actually see such a technical drummer and
Yeah, but
such a
then he-
unique drummer over top like that is the best shit.
on his left side, he's got his hi-hat, obviously, and then his ride is like right in front of him.
And tilted backwards.
He uses that the most. He
Yeah.
fucking uses his ride as a ride and a crash.
And what's
ultimately.
the upside down one next to the
That's
hi-hat?
the China.
Yeah,
I
the
like
China.
I like the China.
Yeah, he crushes it with the China.
But yeah, watching him over and over and over again breaking down these songs and like watching how excited he was to play his shit. They
such joy on
he
his
does like
face.
the O face constantly throughout the entirety of the show, and like depending on what like feel the song has, if it's a little bit darker or whatever, he makes a different face versus whenever like a more light thing. It's fucking hilarious to watch. But he looks like he's having the greatest time. I wish I loved my job that fucking much to be able to like have that good of a time.
And he's such a precision hitter. Like his fills are like so like
Doit.
spot on.
Yeah, and he talked about like how he does that. He does a lot of his fills. He basically puts his bass drum in between some of his rolls, and it just makes it go seamlessly.
To like break it up.
To break it up, yeah. And he says he said something like it gives him enough time
To get to the top of the set.
To get to the top of the set, and he was like, "That's all I need is that like one beat
To reset
and get up there."
Sick.
So
sick.
Yeah, if Yin's guys are into to music in general, or just a fan of Coheed, it's really fucking unique to watch. Like up close, watch him go through, what was it, like 5 songs?
5 songs. Comatose is off the newest album. It's a fucking banger. I listened to it, I think, twice today because I watched this video yesterday and it got it in my head. So I've been banging Coheed all day.
It's such a good video that like it's an hour and some change long. And I've watched it twice in 24 hours.
Right. They also have The Crowing was.
Yeah, that was towards the end. It was the second to last song.
The Suffering.
And the last song
The
was
Crowing,
The
the Suffering, Gravity's
Gravity.
Union,
Yep.
and what else was in there?
Something off there.
Oh, it was
It was a really proggy song.
yeah. Oh, come on, this is my specialty, guys. Naming weird song titles.
Yeah, it definitely is.
But yeah, it was off Good Apollo 4, Volume 1,
Okay.
From Fear Through the Eyes of Madness.
And
And it was like, yeah, like the last 4 songs on that album are like a set of super proggy songs. They're all like 8 minutes long at least. And it's just like I was telling you guys, it's like at that moment when that album came out in 2004, 2000, maybe 2005. But either way, that's the year is not important right now.
No,
right?
no, not at all.
But I was listening to that, and there was like a moment when it clicked for me. Like they make these like super long songs, but the timing and the tempo changes, and the whole feeling of the song changes. But it doesn't feel like you're going to do a new song. Mm-hmm. It's like because some bands make these long songs, and no offense to you guys, like The Decline by NoFX is considered one big song. But to me, when I listen to it, it's like it's
more theatrical. It's like different scenes.
Yeah, it's like different songs that are just kind of put together.
Yeah, that's all of Coheed's music is that way to me. Typically, like everything, like kind of. Not even the albums that aren't like the theme albums or whatever, but like it always feels like the songs change, but it's like
fluid.
It's more like he says, Josh says a bunch of times on the video, like it's just the drama that he adds to the song, and really after watching that, you really see it. Like everything just like changes, but it's not a new song. It's just like the feel of the song changes so heavily.
Right.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
But yeah, like I was saying, there was like a moment when like I realized this, and like that's when my love for Coheed just kind of sank in. Like this is really cool shit, guys.
Yeah.
And
Definitely,
I've been with them ever since.
Yeah,
and they're still doing it,
killing it.
And I just like I like this video because they basically not only did he play 5 songs and from the different angles, but they also interviewed him, and he was saying some pretty interesting shit, like
some heavy stuff.
Yeah, some heavy stuff. I mean, he was an addict, so he was out of the band for I think about 4 years, and one album he didn't play on.
Yeah, well, he did. He did the first 3 albums.
First 3,
and then No World for Tomorrow is the first album he wasn't on.
And
that's
Taylor
Hawkins was a studio drummer.
Can you believe that? It's nutty.
So they had picked up Chris Penny, who was the drummer for Dillinger.
I think you're correct.
But there were some contractual issues with the label he was on previously where he wasn't legally allowed to drum on the record. So Chris Penny kind of like wrote the drum parts, and then Taylor Hawkins recorded them, and then Taylor Hawkins brought in Chad Smith. If you don't know who Chad Smith is, he's the drummer from Red Hot Chili Peppers, as just like a mentor to come in and hang out and record these drum parts with him. But Josh was saying, the former and current drummer of Coheed, that like he felt like they kind of lent him into the parts that they wrote in his absence.
They tried to like take his style,
give it a little bit of his feel to it,
like kind of his stylistically in his voice,
right.
His drum voice,
his percussion voice.
Who'd have thunk drums are so cool?
So interesting.
But it's just cool that like they had that history. It's like Taylor Hawkins and fucking Chad Smith are like sitting here writing
right
a code.
Well, yeah,
it's
like
crazy.
Like,
it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's fucking awesome.
It's legendary.
Right. This is like legendary shit.
But yeah, like you were saying, that, he was talking about he has a group called Drum Set Confessional, where, as you guys were saying before, he's a former addict, which is the reason he was out of the band for so many years. And then he got cleaned up, and they invited him back, and he's been with them again for the past 12 years or so. But he has an outreach group where people can come and talk about their addiction issues. He's just trying to reach out and help people.
It's fucking cool as shit.
So he seems like a really cool dude.
Super humble too.
He does.
Yeah.
100% looks like, super
He's
humble.
like he's sitting there like, yeah, I suck at drumming.
Yeah.
And he's like,
he's like, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
right, okay.
He shouted out like NoFX. He said he was recently watching like a NoFX video, and he just doesn't understand how that drummer plays like that. It's like, what the fuck are you saying, dude? How is that possible?
Yeah, he's like, oh,
not
my
that
wrist-
obviously NoFX fucking rules. The drummer's fucking like Smelly's amazing.
They're two
But
totally,
two totally different things.
Yeah.
Oh, and El Stipario. I always fuck.
I always fuck it up too.
But he brought that dude up about being a machine and how human he is, and that's just not his, his lane to be in. And
Yeah, but then he's on there saying like his wrists don't work, and I'm watching his wrists, and they're just like not even
Destroying the
attached to his
Yeah.
body.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about, dude? Like,
It's insane. It's insane. He is such a good drummer. I mean, obviously I like him for my own reasons, but just exciting to watch all around.
yeah.
Watching him drum made me bummed out I wasn't born left-handed.
And the best thing about watching this video is we get to see these motherfuckers in like
baby!
2 weeks, if that.
Coheed.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks. 2
Yeah,
weeks
that
from
got me.
yesterday.
That got me pretty pumped up for that
Me
show.
too.
Not that I wasn't already.
I know,
but
but that like put me in the zone.
because like I've said it before, and I'll say it again. But like Coheed just puts on the best live performance there
do.
is
They
for
fucking kill it.
in our generation. There's nobody that plays like them live. It's just.
I'm just glad that we have these videos because I can actually, for the first time ever, see the drummer. I'm fucking short as shit.
Yeah.
I just end up looking at people's back the whole time.
Yeah. But yeah, they're so much fun to watch live, so I'm very excited for that.
But they're playing the stage AE, so it shouldn't be that bad.
No, yeah, I'll be able to see it. I guess
This is
it's
an
better there.
outdoor show too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah. Obviously, at this time of year, that's going to be an outdoor show.
Just thank God it's not at the Roxy-In.
I fucking hate that.
Although
place.
that would be awesome to see Coheed there.
That would be super awesome.
Place sucks.
So bad.
Fucking sound booth, close as shit, all stupid.
Doesn't make any sense.
What else besides Coheed do we have coming up? I know Punchline.
Yeah,
Punch September, something like that.
November.
Oh, September is Streetlight Manifesto.
Where's that going to be at? It doesn't matter. I want to go, but also where's it gonna be?
Roxy-In.
God damn it! God damn it!
I know it sucks.
And then if you
but
stand in the back, like in the dad zone, you're above the fucking band. Like you can't see fucking
I
shit.
can't-
at
It
that
does.
vantage
The
point.
setup is like whoever designed it has never gone to a concert
If,
before.
if you're on that elevated area and you're the first person against like the railing, best seat in the house. Aside from that, you're fucked.
Anywhere behind that,
Yeah,
though,
you're fucked. Double
you're
fucked.
fucked. Right.
you can't see anything.
It's
There's a whole reason that a stage is a stage.
Is
It's
raised.
lifted off
Right.
the ground, so you're higher than the people. So even as people in the far back, you're higher than them, so they can
You can look up and see them.
Angle up, and they can still see you. That's why you're on a stage.
Dumbest setup.
But no, you have 10 foot of a pit.
Yeah.
And then the rest is, in the raised section.
Where you can't see shit.
And if you're standing up there, you literally cannot see.
No, it's terrible.
And then they have the seats upstairs and shit, but do I really want to go sit up there?
Oh, of course, that's an upcharge.
Yeah, of course it's an upcharge. You want to be able to see, right?
I'm thinking I might want to start sitting.
I'm thinking I might want to sit up there too.
You know what I'm saying?
We can talk about that.
Dude, I'd pay a little extra to be able to
How much is the
actually
difference,
see.
actually? Do you have any idea?
I don't know, but my back would be grateful.
Sure. Mine would too. We'll talk about that.
I would actually be able to see. Would be the
because
coolest.
you could chill up there and then you could still go down. If you want.
True.
But
And maybe
then
I would
you have
actually,
somewhere to sit.
True.
and maybe at that point I'd actually go see the opening band, because typically anymore I'm just going to see the band I want to see.
Yeah.
I'm being honest. My knees
Yeah.
and back just can't.
That's
fucking
it.
Stand that
I just
long.
don't care. Thank God they caught on and stopped booking 3 or 4 bands to play. At most they'll have 3, but generally it's just 2 anymore. Which I'm thankful for.
Yeah, I'm cool.
Yeah,
with
yeah. It's Well, I went and saw Taking Back Sunday on Wednesday 2 nights ago, and there was only one opener, which was
That's what I'm saying.
which was sweet.
that. Yeah, that rules.
That's what I'm saying. It's perfect.
Jenny and I, we went to Southern Tier, which is the move for going to Stage E. Got some dinner and a couple beers, and I think the doors didn't even open till 7, so the first band started at 8. By the time we got over there, it was 8:30, so they had 3 songs left. So
It's exactly how you want to nail it.
it was awesome.
Yeah,
So
they killed it on that
So
one.
we went upstairs and hung out, and as soon as they finished their last song, everybody zigged, we zagged.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's how
'Cause,
you have to do it.
We walked in. It was really crowded. It was probably close to a sold out show if it wasn't sold out. It was Stage A indoors, but we went in. It was really crowded. You couldn't even you could kind of wiggle through the back of the main area. So we went upstairs and hung out for the last couple songs of the opener, and then I said, okay, whenever they play their last song, everybody's going to go pee, everybody's going to go get a beer, everybody's going to go hit their vape.
That's when we go down. That's when we get our seats. Our spot.
And that's what happened. Everybody zigged, we zagged, got
And it's so predictable.
Center, right? Yeah, yeah.
It's insane anymore. It's just I'm such a pro. It's I know exactly where to go.
All
when to
these
be there.
blind sheep leading each other around.
It is. It is just a sea of sheep. And it's just I'm going to watch you do your sheep-like moves, and we're going to do the opposite because we're the fucking shepherds.
Motherfucker.
Ah, wow.
James Clayton, ladies and gentlemen.
That was
James
the
Clayton.
coolest thing you've ever said. So powerful.
I just thought
I
of
felt
that. I just thought of that. It just came
So
up.
you are so powerful.
I'm a turbo dude.
Turbo dude.
You ever think about being a motivational speaker?
Oh, yeah, like fucking Tony Robbins.
Or Matt Foley.
Matt Foley. Yeah. There we go. So, last couple things I just want to get out there. Besides that, we have Punchline in November.
Mm-hmm.
Under Oath is coming. I don't know if you guys have tickets for that or if you plan on going to that.
I would like
I
to.
do have a ticket for that.
I would like to.
There's so much coming up.
Yeah.
Let me look at my events here. Because I know September is really busy for shows, and I don't know if I'm going to hit them all. Dead air. Dead
not
air.
good.
Crickets.
Dead air. Your events. See all. I want to go see Space Cowboy. That's August 6th at Preserving Underground. Coheed. Gaslight Anthem at the end of August. Owen at the end of August. Dashboard in September. Streetlight in September. Under Oath in September.
Wow.
I'm thinking about going to Cleveland for Saves the Day Senses Fail. And then Punchline in November. That's what I got on my list right now.
Jesus. It's busy.
Yeah.
Punchline's really late November, right?
Yeah, it's November 30th.
It's right after.
It's like
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving weekend, yeah. Weekend after
That's
Thanksgiving.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Should be a good weekend.
I have a ticket for that already. So I'm good to go.
that's going to be a blast. They're playing Action, 20th anniversary show, hometown.
Is that at Roxanne?
Is it Roxanne?
Son of a bitch.
Like, listen, we just want to go to Southern Tier for dinner.
Exactly.
It is a good place for dinner, though.
And then, there's nowhere in McKees Rocks to go for dinner.
No.
Like,
No,
we're not going to
the
walk
Rocks
around. Like,
sucks.
there's nowhere to walk around to.
You
just
just
that,
go over
like-
the dollar store.
Yeah, you get a Dollar General.
Or
Why can't
errands.
they have these shows at fucking Mr. Smalls, for fuck's sake?
I know. I feel like
love
Mr.
Mr.
Smalls isn't getting anything anymore.
No, they get all these like small.
and it's
smaller
it's all because of Live Nation Ticketmaster, which we don't need to really get into
We
because we've
don't.
gotten into that before.
They are
Shit.
getting sued by the Department of Justice right now. So
yes.
let's
Thank
just
God.
cross our fingers and hope that somebody gets their.
But yeah,
legs broken.
Roxanne is a Live Nation venue, and all these bands that are on labels are going to have these deals with Live Nation because they're the biggest promoter in the country. So that's where it's going to be.
Right now, you have to spend fucking $40 for a goddamn T-shirt. It's fucking ridiculous.
For the band to get even a couple bucks off.
Right.
It's
So
fucking
no,
bullshit.
they've caused me to change my behavior. So whenever there's a show coming up,
Buy it online.
that's what I do.
Exactly.
That's exactly what I do.
Yeah.
I go directly onto their website.
Yeah, because now the venues are taking huge merch
Yeah,
cuts.
they're taking huge cuts, and fuck
The
them.
only thing they're making a profit on, they're taking a cut off.
It's disgusting. The whole thing is disgusting.
Yeah, they don't make money off of record sales or none of that shit anymore. They make money off of touring and merch, and you're gonna fuck them
Yeah.
both ways.
And all
You
kind of
pieces of
fucking
shit.
bullshit service fees for the ticket transfers. Every which way. Once you buy them, if you try to transfer them, the person who transfer them has to pay a transfer fee.
Another fee.
The person who fucking the transferee has to pay the fucking transfer fee. It's crazy.
Which is crazy.
And someone's got to pay it, and it's not going to be the venue, bitch. So bend over, band, because you're the only reason anyone ever comes to our building.
No, it's just the consumer. The consumers, and they've have stories about this, about the cost of tickets over the last couple of years rising by like 25 to plus %, you know? And there's no other reason for it except for this monopoly.
Yeah. Well, so I went to, I don't know if I told you guys, but the Taking Back Sunday tickets, I went to the box office to buy my tickets, and I saved about $20 in fees.
No shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because I was thinking, like, okay, I could order these on the app, but you know what? I'm a mile, where I'm working, I'm a mile from the venue. I could just drive down there after work.
That was
And
smart.
I was like, that's what I thought. I said, hey, this was a really smart idea,
Yeah,
Chuck.
fucking saved you some bucks, dude.
I wonder if you can do that at the Roxy. Not that I would ever like.
Yeah, they have a box office window outside.
Okay.
Um,
Can you just roll up at like any like
they
4
have.
o'clock in the afternoon? And just
They
be
have.
like,
They
"Hello."
should. I know. Like, I went on the Stage AE website, which Stage AE is nice because it's not a Live Nation venue.
I love Stage AE. I think
Yeah,
it's a
it's a good
great
place.
venue,
Um,
especially. The
so I
views
mean,
you get,
and obviously
it's amazing.
there's fees, of course, but they're nowhere near what Ticketmaster's charging.
No, Ticketmaster's ridiculous.
Like, I was, I saved about $20, so that was like $10 fee per ticket that I saved.
Sure,
So, but I mean, that's still money to save.
absolutely.
Yeah, worth the mile.
But yeah, the Live Nation Ticketmaster fees are like twice as much at least.
And again, we already talked about the merge, but if you even try to get a fucking beer there,
Oh
it's
my
like,
gosh.
$50 one time for me and Chuck for like 2 drinks. It was crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was me. I
was
bought a
3
round
drinks.
for me, you, and my buddy Dan from work. It was $50 for like a Miller Lite or whatever,
And
probably a Stella and whatever I got, which I'm assuming was an IPA.
Something like that.
Safe assumption.
But it was crazy.
Safe assumption.
But $50 for 3 beers either way. Come on,
And again, they've changed my
I could buy a
behavior,
case.
so
I could buy a case of IPAs for that.
that's my point. So I don't even drink at these.
And I understand they got to make a profit, but that's ridiculous.
You're not going to make a profit because somebody like me who would go there and typically buy a couple beers, I'm not going to buy any beer there anymore.
Yeah,
Go fuck yourself.
yeah, I get it. All right, well, I think we had a good comeback episode,
Not
guys.
bad. I think we did it.
That was exactly almost exactly 1 hour actually.
Yeah, we really reined it in here. We had some hand signals going, you
Yeah,
know,
kept
how
it
the
nice and
sausage is
tight.
made. And I think Rob, you did a great job.
Charles, you did a great job.
Jamie, I
Thank
think
you for hosting,
also
Robert.
did a great job. Yes, thank you for hosting us in your basement. We love it here.
It's the whole reason about the house.
Perfect podcast studio.
It is. It is. It's
Very
great.
comfy.
It's perfect.
It's awesome. But thank you everybody for listening. Maybe we're back, maybe we're not, but we'll see.
We're
be
back
around.
on a semi-regular basis.
Here's
Baby.
we're not making any promises anymore.
No promises.
You'll hear from us when you hear from us. Thanks for listening. I'm Chuck.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we hope this finds you well.
Bye.